Hello guys, welcome back to your favorite agricultural and agribusiness YouTube channel. On today's episode, I'm going to be running a kind of comparison between oil palm and cashew. So in case you are one person that has been contemplating between oil palm or cashew, the one you want to go for. So I'm going to be running a kind of comparison between them, how they are cultivation, their agroecological requirements, the agroecological zone, the propagation, the management, the costs difference, and even the marketing and their utilization. So just for you to get a kind of information and to know the one that will be best suitable for your condition or for your location or for your pocket. So in case you are watching for the first time, my name is Lawal Olushalawa, and this channel is dedicated to promote sustainable and profitable agriculture. So first thing first, oil palm and cashew belong to different family. Oil palm is palm family and cashew also belong to another family. So but when we talk about their cultivation, they are being cultivated, they are both tree crop and they are being cultivated, both of them are being cultivated by the use of seedling. So if you want to do oil palm farming or you want to do cashew farming, the best way for you to start your farm is by using a seedling. You don't just use direct sowing. You can use direct sowing maybe in cashew, but if you use direct sowing in oil palm, the result will not be palatable. And even in cashew, the result will not be good, but you can still use direct seed sowing in cashew. So having said that, let me talk about the land requirement first. The land requirement for oil palm. Oil palm tends to consume more land when we compare it with cashew because of their spacing. The standard spacing for oil palm is 9 meter triangular spacing, while the spacing for cashew is 7 meter by 7 meter. So when we put them on the scale, oil palm will require like you'll be able to plant like only 145 trees on an hectare, whereby on the other hand you'll be able to plant about 180 something on an hectare for cashew. So which means if you are looking in that direction, that the one that you have more trees on an hectare, so cashew, you have more trees on cashew on an hectare compared with oil palm. So another thing I'll be looking at is their gestation period, the time at which they will start fruiting. So having said that, oil palm and cashew are in the same category. Oil palm will take approximately 3 years to start fruiting, whereby cashew also will take about 3 to 4 years to start fruiting. So on this scale, they are on the same pedestal, they are on the same scale when it comes to the time for gestation. So having said that, another point we'll be comparing these two crops on is the scale of agroecological zone. So the best agroecological zone for oil palm is the south, southeast, southwest, and the north central. So any place be above Abuja or southern Kaduna is not advisable for you to do oil palm cultivation there, because it will not perform well. Let me just put it that way. So but when we talk about cashew on its own, cashew cultivation does well on the savanna part of the country, which starts from some parts of the southwest like Oyo State, north central to places like northwest. So those are the places that are best suitable for cashew production. Cashew don't actually need too much water compared with oil palm. Oil palm need water and sunshine, whereby cashew on the other hand don't like too much water. If there's too much water, it will not produce well. So they have different water requirements and different agroecological requirements. Having said that, what about the productivity? The productivity of the two crop also differs. And for example, let me talk based on fresh fruit bunch. The bunches you'll be getting per hectare from an oil palm farm per hectare. At least you'll be getting from 7 tons per hectare from the first year of production, though it will tend to increase by time, whereby on the other hand you can only get about 0.5 to 1 tons of cashew nut, of the cashew kernel, from an hectare, and also about 3 to 4 tons of the cashew apple on an hectare. So when we talk about utility, if you are somebody that is looking at a business, you want to build a business around your farm, you want to build a company, because oil palm on its own is a kind of crop that have many end-use products. Oil palm have over 21 end-user products attached to it, which means you have a whole lot of products to extract from an oil palm farm compared to cashew farm. The only product you are going to be getting from your cashew farm is the cashew nut. That's the only valuable thing. The cashew apple is not that valuable, except you want to go into the liquor production and all the sort. Those are the only two products compared with oil palm, whereby you can get palm oil, you can get palm kernel oil, you can get palm kernel cake. You can go into charcoal production using the palm kernel shell to produce brisket, charcoal cubes, and also you can also go into production of using the dead fronds to produce broom, so many other things like that. Oil palm have a very, very wide array of product attached to it. You can use the fiber in producing what they use in bakery and all the sort. So another thing, and that's another point that sets them apart. So if you are somebody that is looking towards you want to build a chain of industry, I think you'll be considering oil palm, because you have a whole lot of products to extract from it. So another thing is that if you are somebody that is particular, you don't want something that will give you stress, you don't want to go into the production, another business, building business on business, then you go for cashew, because cashew is something that is readily marketable. It's just for you to harvest your cashew nut, sun dry them, and exporters are all around ready to uptake the product. Excuse me. Ready to uptake the product is something that is readily marketable. So putting them on the scale in terms of utilization, definitely oil palm have more utilization than the cashew, but cashew is something that is readily you can turn into money, unlike oil palm. Oil palm, you cannot just be selling the bunches. If you are selling the bunches, you will not make money, except you go into the production aspect of it, establishing a mill, milling your own palm oil, palm kernel cake, palm kernel oil, and the rest like that. So these are the things that is required of you. I'm talking about the establishment cost and the management cost. So talking about the establishment, the money you spend in establishing an oil palm farm it will be a little bit higher than the one you will spend in establishing a cashew farm, because a seedling of a seedling of an oil palm farm is about 1,000 naira now. If you want to buy a quality seedling, a 10 naira hybrid seedling is about 1,000 naira, whereby a seedling of cashew on the other hand, you find from around 400-500 naira. A very mature, maybe grafted, or a very good seedling of cashew is around 400 naira. So when we also talk about the management, oil palm also requires some kind of special management and special treatment. You have to do pruning, you have to do weeding regularly, you have to do a whole lot of things. The management, the harvesting of oil palm bunches is also a little bit tedious compared with the harvesting of cashew. So these are the things that set them apart, and those are the things that they have in common. And with this, I think you've gotten some value one way or the other from this video. If you actually got value from this video, kindly give it a like, share with your friends, and so that we can reach out to more audience. And for further questions, you can drop it in the comment section, then we'll take it from there. Thank you for your time, and see you on my next video. Sheshe.